The Daleks are arguably the most popular and recognizable villains in Doctor Who. For those of you that don't know what on earth a Dalek is, I'll explain. The Daleks are from a series called Doctor Who, which, put simply, is about an immortal alien guy that can change faces and travels across time and space in a big blue box. This traveler is called the Doctor, and the Daleks are basically the Doctor's greatest foe. The Daleks come from the planet Skaro, and are made by a genius named Davros. The Daleks are basically the most dangerous beings in the universe. Yeah, they may look like big salt shakers, but one Dalek could kill hundreds of human soldiers in a relatively short amount of time. If that's exaggerated, I really don't care because I have to get my point across about how deadly they are for this video. The Daleks are basically space Nazis. They believe they are the only pure life forms, and any other living creatures deserve to die simply because they are not Dalek. Now, with all that said, especially for a newcomer to these killing machines, you would think that they are intimidating as hell when on screen, correct? No, at least not anymore. The Daleks aren't intimidating anymore. Why? Well, let's take a look, shall we? My first issue is how inconsistent the Daleks have become. For example, Dalek weaponry. When the cult of Skaro was betrayed by the human-Dalek hybrids, they tanked what seemed like hundreds of shots from Dalek weaponry. They took Dalek weapons and made it so that the hybrids could use them. But meanwhile, we see Rusty taking out Daleks in 1 or 2 shots. Even in Revolution of the Daleks, it takes a different amount of blasts to kill those Daleks. I just don't understand why Dalek weapons need to be inconsistent. Maybe I'm forgetting something that incinerates this argument, but there's more I have to say. The only time I can remember the Daleks being even remotely intimidating in the Revival series was back during seasons 1 to 4. Back then, Dalek appearances were special and didn't happen very often. I think that's another reason the Daleks have gotten boring. They started appearing too often, especially during Matt Smith's run as the Doctor. When you have villains appear too much, they just start getting old, and you start getting really tired of seeing them. Whenever you get too much of something, it loses its charm. I like seeing the Daleks on screen, but I personally think they should only be used every so often, rather than all the time. Now, yes, episode quality does also have a lot to do with this, but I mainly want to focus on the Daleks specifically. It seems like they've been trying to save the Daleks for special occasions in Jodie's era, but I personally think they're doing it wrong. I don't mean save for them for one specific holiday. Because what now? The Daleks only ever want to attack during New Year's? I mean, why do they hate New Year's so much? Do they just sit there in their Dalek saucer after an unsuccessful New Year's invasion and mark another attack for next year on the calendar? It just feels weird in universe to me. If you like it, sure, go ahead, but I personally don't. The Daleks have gotten really easy to make fun of. Now, don't get me wrong, they've always been easy to make fun of, but now it's just gotten ridiculous. In Eve of the Daleks, the most recent New Year's special, Dan attempts to distract one of the Daleks by talking to it. Now, I do kind of like this scene. It gives Dan a sense of bravery, which is great, yes, but come on. There is no way a Dalek wouldn't have just shot him dead in the spot. Yeah, the Daleks do sometimes brag about their accomplishments or go on a classic villainous monologue, but that's usually when the Doctor is around, or if there is something actually stopping them from killing. It's things like this that really make me want to go back and rewatch episodes like Journey's End. What we also need is more of the Daleks being destructive. We need more scenes showing us just how deadly the Daleks are. Some of the scenes in the episode Dalek, or that scene in Resolution with the Dalek absolutely destroying those soldiers, and then a tank right afterwards, that's what we need to see more of. To wrap this up, I just want to make it clear that yes, I love the Daleks. Just because I'm criticizing their current treatment does not mean I don't love them. if I'm being honest, I also enjoy many aspects of Chibnall's run. Even if he hasn't been the greatest showrunner, I didn't make this video to trash on the Daleks or to trash on seasons 11 to 13. But I made this video because I'm genuinely upset with how the Daleks have been treated. And it's starting to get to the point where they should be killed off. All of them. No reveals of, oh no, but this one Dalek survived. No, just kill them all. They've been around the show long enough, and unless I can be proven wrong, there is honestly nothing else you can do with them at this point. They've run their course, and it's about time they leave the show. So, I know this video is pretty negative, but I'm not going to be one of those guys that trashes literally everything for no reason. And yeah, this video was a bit short too, but this was mainly a test video, so I wasn't going to go making an hour-long essay or something in the first place. I intend to do more praising than hating, and I even have a versus matchup series I want to get into as well. So if that interests anyone that may be watching, I suggest you stick around for it. Thanks for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. This is your boy Zilla, signing off.